The injured man was nearly beyond saving. However, the scientist wanted him to be resurrected within 10 minutes. Then the assistant installed the consciousness extractor on the man's head. They used probes to extract neural memories from the brain. At this point, his memories were transmitted to a hard drive like data files. Then it was Jack's turn to perform. He skillfully placed the man's memories into an android's brain. He quickly completed the seemingly impossible implantation surgery. After the assistant activated the android, it turned out that this was how they resurrected him. To confirm whether the memory was successfully implanted, Jack did some simple tests. However, it was clear that the human brain was completely incompatible with the mechanical body. Rejection soon occurred. The android suddenly became irritable. The situation descended into chaos. At this point, Jack quickly disconnected the power supply. This also meant declaring failure. An experiment would cost several billion in funds. Left with no choice, they decided to stop the project. Depressed, Jack looked at his watch. He remembered that today was the day for an outing with his family. The happy time on the road made Jack forget about the troubles of work during the day. However, suddenly, a huge broken tree branch on the side of the road blocked his vision. The car also lost its balance and fell into the lake from the roadside. When Jack woke up again, he found that his family had already perished. However, the highly intelligent scientist Jack, under tremendous pressure, made a bold decision. He called his partner, who was also his best friend. Time was tight. There was no time to explain what had happened before. Nick saw the consciousness extractor in his hand. Years of working together had given them a tacit understanding, which made him instantly understand Jack's thoughts. However, simply extracting memories only had the possibility of implanting Jack's family's memories into androids. So Jack wanted Nick, who was in charge of cloning technology at a biotech company, to help him clone his wife and children who were in the accident. Nick immediately stopped this absurd idea. He felt the risk was too high. Even if the cloning was successful, their brains would still be stuck in the infant stage, unless combined with memory implantation technology. But so far, no experiment had been successful. Nick persuaded Jack not to continue making mistakes. It was also this heavy love that made Jack become extremely paranoid. Nick finally decided to help Jack. They immediately took action and went to the cloning lab. In the next 17 days, the values of the synthetic materials could not have any errors. Otherwise, the clones would all mutate. During this period, Jack lived in the underground laboratory, accompanying his family. Nick continued to go to work as a cover. These 17 days went very smoothly. The clones also gradually showed human form. Today was the moment to test his results. Jack opened the cabin door. At this time, his wife had been successfully cloned.